What is up, you beautiful people out there on the internet? It is I, Michael Shockman, here with our next episode of 5e Simplified as part of our series on here at the Institute, the DM Shockman Institute, that is. We're going to be diving into today's episode, and we're going to be covering the Fighter, the next class in our series on the martial classes of the PHP, that being the Player's Handbook. Really quick, just so you guys are aware, going forward, seeing as the last episode on the Barbarian was a little bit long and a bit of dragged on a little bit, we are going to instead be doing a more simplified and streamlined version where I will be adding graphics right over here to kind of give you guys the chance to pause and then read at your leisure in case you don't have the book in hand. Anyway, with that out of the way, I do want to let you guys know, starting off, that the Fighter is, like the Barbarian, is a melee class, but more importantly, they are more of the tactical and slashy boys. They are all about using armor, tactics, weapons, and their various special abilities depending on their subclass type to be able to slay the enemy and do all that stuff. Really, one thing right off the bat, the Fighter has the most attacks at end level of any class in the entire game. I think getting up to, if they use their action surge, if they use both of their action surges, they can do up to, that allows them to do 8 attacks in one round, which is kind of insane. So, at this point, we're going to be going over we're going to be going over some of the basic features of the Fighter. Before we do, though, I do want to point out that the Fighter gets access to a number of different proficiencies, including athletics, intimidation, and a bunch of other ones, as well as heavy armor, medium armor, and light armor and shields, as well as martial weapons and simple weapons. Going into their subclasses, the first one from the PHP that we have is the Champion. You'll be able to see right over here their class features. So go ahead and take a look at that. We'll be right back. Got it? Good stuff. Awesome. Really quick summary about the Champion. The Champion is basically a fighterier fighter. They take everything that's great about the base fighter and improve it. There's not really much else I can say about it. It's great for somebody who's just getting into the game and doesn't necessarily want to play a barbarian, but wants to be able to do everything that they love about their fighter class and then some. Next we have the Battle Master, which we will show their features right over here right about now. See you in a bit. Got it? Good. The Battle Master is kind of like a battlefield acrobatics expert. They can do a number of different maneuvers. During combat, getting more maneuvers and more superiority die, as it says up there in the graphics, as their level goes on, and one thing you can do is you can check out, I didn't list it on there, but you can also check out the list of maneuvers in the PHP. I didn't list it here because it's a bit too long, and we don't have the time to list it right now. But check it out in the PHP, highly recommend it. Or you can look it up on Google. And last but not least, we have the Eldritch Knight, kind of the spell sword of the group, and the features and spells therein will be right up over here right now. Got it? Good. Basic thing about the Eldritch Knight is it's essentially like a different take on a Blade Singer or a Hexblade Warlock. Although those other two are very different in their playstyle. The Eldritch Knight is very much like the anime-esque sword wielding fighter. They focus less on actual spell casting, although they can do that. most of their features, rather than focusing on spellcasting, focuses on using their magical abilities to be able to improve their swordsmanship, and using the spellcasting ability to augment their swordsmanship. Highly recommend them if you want to play like an anime character with a giant sword who runs into battle and throws an axe and then has it return magically. Highly recommended. It's a great class to play. I love it. It was one of my first ones that I played. Um, with that being done, that covers all of the subclasses in the PHB. I'm now going to give my summary. The summary that I can give flat out is that the fighter is a great beginner class. It's really easy to get into, if a little bit challenging to master. So it's really approachable. I highly recommend it for somebody who, because even out of the PHB, for somebody who may want to play like a smashy character, like somebody who goes in and strongs things to death, but also has a little bit of, depending on what you want to do and what subclass you choose, what kind of toolkit you want to have, whether it be magic, maneuvers, or martial might. Uh, that's about it, folks. Thank you so much. Join us next time when we cover the rogue in our next episode next week on here on the DM Shockman Institute for our series of 5e Simplified. And until next time, guys, remember, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we'll see you guys soon in the Institute. Bye, guys.